Folks, I am speaking to talented possible two-way player ELOY Martin-FLORES, a native of Long Beach, California and Tarpon Springs, Florida. First question. You're from Long Beach, and that city has quite a few high schools, namely Long Beach Poly. What made you choose Poly over Milliken, Cabrillo, Long Beach, Jordan, and other LB area high schools to start off your high school years?
Long Beach Poly was pretty much my first choice and only choice. I kind of grew up in a household where I'd just be where my sister was, and so my sister was at Poly before me.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up joining her at that school, and when she graduated, I ended up staying too.
Oh, okay. In 2022, I believe you played JV and some varsity football for the Poly Jackrabbits. Tell me about your 2022 season on the JV and varsity levels.
Varsity level, I would play offensive line center. I didn't really start because I felt a little bit iffy about playing center, especially because there was so much pressure. And when I would play JV, it would just be all out. I play all out, and I always go all out because I have nothing else to do.
Moving on to the 2023 season, which was your junior year at Poly, you were this big 0-3 technique defensive tackle who could stunt, pass rush, defend the run, get separation through bull rush, or hand fighting with offensive linemen. Describe your different skills that you tried to use in 2023.
The different skills I tried to use, I would usually practice by myself at a park, at Salute Park, close to my house. I didn't really do much with others. I did training with Nico Trenches that same year, I think after. And I pretty much just grinded nonstop to make sure I was the best D lineman I could be for myself and for my own validation.
Yes, sir. This is kind of off the record, but you come off as a professional, no-nonsense guy, but also you don't do a lot of talking, but for some reason, you don't talk a lot, but you're extremely popular on this team. Tell me about that dichotomy, or tell me about how that works. Like, you don't say nothing, but you're so super popular. I don't understand.
Just a guy on the field.
All right, question 4. That 2023 Poly team went 10-2, won the Moore League, and that team made it all the way to the second round of the CIF Division II playoffs. Tell me about what playing on that 2023 team meant to you.
To be honest, for me, I had a little bit of problems with myself and a couple of people.
Oh.
And so I decided that I didn't want to play the last game, and I sat on the sideline almost the whole game. And I felt bad in a sense, but then that was also the reason why I ended up in Florida too, because I was dealing with a lot of stuff at home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that kind of piggybacks what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had a junior season that was indicative of your skills, or tell me what held you back in 2023 from being the best you could be?
If I'm being honest with you, it was my own head. It was a lot of things, but mainly just the fact that I didn't get to really start the way I wanted to. Like, I wanted to play D-line when I first got to Poly, and I ended up on offense, which the coaches told me I was a great lineman, but I was undersized. And I looked at Aaron Donald, and he was like under 6 foot or 6 foot flat. And I was like, I could be like that guy, and even if I hit 6'1", I could probably play D-line too.
Well, okay, you already talked about it earlier, but kind of like expound on it. What made you leave Poly after the 2023-2024 school year?
It was a family decision. My mom wanted me to get out of the house and like go somewhere else and be around more structure. Okay. And while I was in Florida, it wasn't the best, but I still got somewhat amount of respect for myself, and I started to love myself more than I did while I was in Cali. And so I learned a little bit of a lesson that I was on an island with God in Florida.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, you answered that question. I was going to ask, what made you make the move from Long Beach to down south to Tarpon Springs? Okay, watching your film from the 2024 season at Tarpon Springs, you were this mean, dominant, no-nonsense, big and strong offensive guard and center for the Spongers. You were like a bully to defensive linemen in 2024 when you blocked, but you were a bully who played within the rules. Plus, you played defensive end and defensive tackle for the Spongers. Describe for me playing both ways for the Spongers in 2024 and how much you meant to that team on both sides of the ball.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I played with the Spongers for my senior year and I enjoyed it. It wasn't really the best situation for me there in Florida per se, like the living situation. But I still love everyone there. My Spongers, I love those guys. My last year team, they had me playing both ways because I wanted to play both ways. The coaches allowed me to play both ways because I knew I could. And so I made sure I put pain behind it because there was a lot of things I was going through during that time, and so I couldn't do much but just play football. And just playing for the Spongers overall, I got a lot of respect for that team. I got a lot of respect from that team. And those are my guys. I love them to death.
Yes, sir. Question 9. How did you do academically at Tarpon Springs during the 2024-2025 school year?
So since I was going through a lot, I wasn't really the best with academics, but I did end up leaving with a 1.7. And so, not a 1.7, a 2.7. Yeah, 2.7. I ended up leaving with a 2.7, and I wanted to get my 3.0, but since things were kind of shaky for me getting offers, I decided to go JUCO.
Okay. Question 10. When you graduated from Tarpon Springs, what were your plans, college-wise and football-wise?
I didn't graduate from Tarpon Springs. I graduated from Long Beach Poly.
Oh, okay.
With, my girlfriend by my side. Great people. Graduating from Long Beach Poly, coming back for family and everything, I was much more family oriented when I came back. I learned a lot of a lesson more, so I need to appreciate the people around me, and I need to not hate myself so much and appreciate myself more too.
Well, you got a support system here for that, so, and you got my number, so you can call it, text anytime.
Yes, sir.
Shoot, I don't care if you're a football player or not. Like, you seem like a good guy to me, and like you really care about people. You know, you got a good heart. You just sometimes, I mean, you're young, so still trying to sow your oats. Question 10. Or actually, question 11. Who recruited you to Los Angeles Valley College?
So the whole thing went down. I was in Tarpon, actually. I was on film, and I was like, I'm going to just post my film on Twitter. And so I ended up getting a text from Coach G. He's not here right now. He's doing a service right now for the Army.
Oh, yeah.
And he just texted me, hitting me up like, "Hey man, we got a little program over here called the Valley Monarchs." I was like, I might check it out because he's one of the first people who actually had interest in me. And so I ended up not really coming out here for the first time, and so I ended up going to California Showcase Camp.
Okay.
Where I ended up just trying to get out. At that point, I didn't really do any warm-ups, no nothing. I was sick for 4 months, and I went into it blind. And at the California Showcase, I ended up doing everything I could. I felt I didn't do my best, so that's why I conditioned more and all that. But I ended up meeting Coach Johnson and Coach Towns at that time, and I was like, these guys act like they're like the last thing I would choose, and I was like, I might as well check it out, because when people are humble, that's what attracts me more. It's more so of a humbling sense, because if people seem like they're bigger than they are, then it kind of just drives me away from them.
That's interesting. What was it about this school that made you want to come here for a year or so?
The thing about the school is that it's pretty much in LA. I don't have to leave the state again. You guys give me a lot more love than like most places I've been, and I could have been anywhere else. Like multiple coaches have already told me, but I chose to be here because I felt like there was a foundation to be built, and I wanted to be the start of it. I wanted to start it.
Yes, sir. Question 13. What was it about the Monarch football team that made you want to commit to this school?
The football team's like family. Though we do have our flaws, we try to, pick up where other people's leave off, and it's pretty much, it's like, it's not the best football team, but we're a great family and we pick up for each other, and that's pretty much what brotherhood is.
Yes, sir. Question 14. What is your major here at LAVC?
My major will be in business. I had a business pathway in Long Beach. Probably we had our different pathways, and so I might as well just pick up where I left off.
Okay. Question 15. What is your opinion of Monarch defensive line coach Nicholas Walker, who is your position coach here?
He's a funny guy. He's really funny. Overall, when I first came for the Monarch Day, he asked me, like, what are your favorite moves, man? I don't really know what else to ask you, because he already saw my film and he thought I was a solid guy. And for me to be on D-line, it's a blessing, but I also just appreciate the fact that he's a humble coach. He doesn't argue with his players. He doesn't have any problems with players, and if players have a problem, then we just talk it out instead of trying to hash it out, like pretty much like family. Yes, sir.
This is off the record too. Like me, and I'm pretty sure other people felt this way too. We saw you, or at least me, from my standpoint, I seen your Tarpon Springs film. I seen some of your stuff on YouTube and some of your stuff on Huddle, and I feel like you the best. I feel like the best offensive lineman in this school for the 2025 season is on the D-line, but you chose to play D-line, and do you feel like D-line is where your bread is buttered, or where that might lead you to the NFL?
I personally feel like if coaches feel like I should play O-line, then I'll play O-line. But at the end of the day, I started off football at 10 years old in 12U, and that's where I started D-line first. So that's been my heart.
Yeah. What defensive lineman besides yourself do you think is going to make an impact for the Monarchs in 2025?
Man, there's a couple of guys. If I'm gonna go for the first one, it would have to be Julius. He's a really special kid. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this season. I have to like help him out sometimes, and he's kind of deaf, but he's a really bright kid.
Oh, no wonder why when people say something to him, it takes him a few seconds to respond. Yeah. What are your plans for the 2025 season in the classroom and on the field?
Dominating in the classroom and on the field.
Yes, sir. Chapter 18. I learned almost a month ago that you are of Honduran descent. Tell the audience about the Honduran culture.
We don't really call it the Honduran descent. It's called Garifuna people. And mainly my parents are from Belize. They came to America from Belize like way before I was born, like 24, 27 years ago. You know, it's a really nice culture to be around, but there's a couple of things that I would like to, you know, be a part of, but I'm not really a part of it because I do football. And I feel like if I make it to the NFL, or when I make it to the NFL, make sure people know that who we are. Yeah,
because there's, like, I checked, trust me, I've been around football since 91. There's not hardly any Garifuna people in the NFL, and you could be one of the first.
There's only one guy, and apparently he's my grandma who passed away. God rest her soul. But she had a nephew, I think, or a grandnephew or something. Apparently he's in the NFL. He plays for the Buccaneers. I can't remember his name, but he's a D-line too.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I know who he is, but I'm not drawing a blank right now.
Yeah.
And have you seen much people out here that are of your descent?
Yeah. My dad's side of the family is more so on the enjoying the cultural side, and then my mom's family is more on the standard side. My dad's side likes to have a lot of fun, and my mom's side is more so like family. It's pretty much more so just family all around.
Yes, sir. Question 19, last question. I learned that the Garifuna people are descendants of the indigenous Arawak. Your cultural tree is kind of complicated, but it doesn't have to be if someone really does their research. Tell me about the Garifuna people, the language, and have you been to the Garifuna Museum, which is located in the Vermont Square in South Central LA section of LA?
Yeah, I was to the museum. I went when I was like 12. 12, 13. It was pretty nice, but overall, I'd say you have to go to Belize to enjoy it, because in Belize you get to meet all the people, and if you go to Dangriga, where my parents are from, you'll see a lot of beautiful culture. Most of the time we're in the humid area, which would be Central America overall, and I love Central America to death. It's kind of hard playing in California, especially when the air is so dry, but you know, I really enjoy being around my family. I enjoy being around different people that may be family, because we always find out that the person may be our cousin. And overall, one thing that I would say about the language is you can't find it on Google Translate.
Man. All right, folks, so you learned something today about ELOY MARTIN-FLORES. He's not just a D lineman, a big hulking D lineman. This guy got a lot of layers to him, and if you get the chance to talk to him, you're gonna learn a lot about him, learn a lot about how he feels about LA and him as a person. Thank you for sitting down and talking to me. I mean, you could have been anywhere else. And you came down here and talked to me. I thank you. I hope to see your name on the all-state, all-conference, whatever list, and I hope that you. How can I put this? I hope that you get the most out of your ability here, wherever you play, O-line, D-line. And I thank you for coming here and choosing us, because you could have went anywhere. You could have went to Cerritos. You could have went to Ventura. You could have went to Mount Sac, but you came here, and I thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.